Hi guys, Wanda here, and this is a Dollar Tree coaster, square coaster. It has cork on the bottom, so I have covered it with masking tape, painter's tape, and I'm going to do a pour on it. I'm going to try to anyways. And I want to try to do a open cup pour on a microscopic level, right? And I'm not going to base coat it either. I'm going to just start with white paint in the middle. Give it something to float on. And this is Folk Art Multi-Surface Wicker White. 30% paint to 70% Floetrol. And I did add just a smidge of water. I'm going to have to add more than that. And then I'm going to use my spatula. Spread that around. Okay. Okay, so for the open cup, I'm going to just actually add a little more paint to the center. Make sure it's nice and thick there. Let that move out a bit. And then this is a fitting I found in the Home Depot in the plumbing department. I couldn't tell you its function in plumbing. I got no idea. It is not serrated on the inside, so it looked like a nice open cut for a small microscopic pour. Anyways, with that said, I'm just going to start layering in. This is Primary Blue. Sorry. Phthalo green, same recipe, 30 paint, 70 Floetrol. Let's see, magenta. These are basics paints today, except for the white is Folk Art Multi-Surface, and I don't know how that's going to go. Primary yellow. Gold. I'm sorry, the gold is Folk Art Treasure Gold 3081E. And I'm going to do a white. Blue. Making it full so it will come out. I think we're going to. I see something happening. Can you guys see it? Here we go. Another one. Okay, I'm going to layer some more. Maybe not as much cells as I thought. Wonder. Oh, there's some cells. Oh. This is silicone. Okay, move it back to the center. Maybe it'll... I kind of like that big golden orb. But this is a mess. Let me see. Oh, there's some more cells. They're little, but it's kind of pretty. What do you guys think? Should I leave that little gold spot in the middle? I don't like the edges. Now I know why poor artists keep fussing with their stuff. Because you see spots that you just don't like and you want to move it. But how do you do it without wrecking the parts you do like? Kind of looks like a weird galaxy, huh? I like it. Now it looks like an asteroid, I think. It's pretty cool looking. One more torch and that's that. Cool. Those are some pretty big cells. Wow, not too bad. So this was a, oops, wrong way. Sorry guys. This was a open cup pour on a Dollar Tree coaster. It's cork lined on the bottom. We covered it with masking tape or painter's tape and poured. So this is what I got. Now I'm sure this is my fault. I'm not great at pouring, but it's not too bad. So just showing that some cool things can be done. Hi guys, Wanda here. and I wanted to show you the dry pours that I posted. So this is the rock that had the tutorial. So the magenta dry is exceptionally darker, but I really do like the detail that stayed on the rock with the pour. I think it's quite beautiful. The cool part about it is it's a rock. So I did this neat thing on a rock. And then the drippings from that, I dipped this rock in it and then did a little finger painting on the side. And look how beautiful that came out. So that's going to be a beautiful statement rock. Just a word. And for a drop, I love it. That gold looks great on there. And then this was the Dollar Tree coaster. Now you can see here, life is beautiful through it. Maybe when I resin that, it won't be as noticeable. So what I wanted to show you is when you use silicone, I should mention this, you have to clean it off of the rock. Otherwise, when you seal it, it won't work. The resin will completely fail. So even though it doesn't feel like there's anything on it, it definitely is there. That's how I got the cells, and I definitely used silicone. So I don't think I did use silicone on this one, but I'm not positive. So I'm going to clean them all like I did. So you're going to need either cornstarch or talc, baby powder pretty much. And then Dawn dish soap and water. I use a spray bottle, but I'll show you my process. Okay, so I'm going to start with the big one. What I did is I put 1 drop of Dawn in the bottom and then filled it with water almost to the top and then shook it up just to mix the Dawn in there. I'm going to spray it a couple of times to make sure it's okay, it's coming out. Now, firstly, I'm going to just put a tad bit of this on the rock. Now, obviously, you want to wait for your rock to dry, and these dried really fast. On the canvas, it takes a lot longer to dry, but on the rocks, they dry really, really fast overnight. Usually, they say about 1 to 2 weeks for pour art to dry. But this art dried fast. See, you can see the silicone. See how it's balling up there? This wouldn't do that if there wasn't any oil. See how it's making little balls? Okay, so anyways, you just rub this all over your rock. Make sure you get the edges too, because you want your resin to seal everywhere. Here, let me get some more. I've seen some people use a soft brush, and we could probably do that too if I could find my brush. Okay, I'm going to use this old brush that my dog, who passed away over 5 years ago, chewed up. So this has just been sitting in a drawer. I cleaned it a long time ago, so it's definitely clean. Anyways, I'm just going to use this to rub it around. It's a soft brush. The one I was looking for, I couldn't find. It's the side handle. It's kind of got an oval head on it, and you just rub it around. It's sort of a new makeup brush, and they use it also. You can buy it for stamping, or I mean, what am I thinking of? Stenciling. Word. Just want to make sure and get that. Make sure it's all soaked up. All right. I'm going to dust this off over my trash can, and then to make sure I have it all off, I'm going to use the Dawn dish soap water spray. Spray the rock. And wipe it off. Make sure no transfer. Just very little. Just a little bit of. See, it even changes the feel of it. Now it feels more like acrylic. You know how it has that kind of sticky, tacky feeling when acrylic, like multi-surface, is dry. It still has that kind of feeling to it. Okay. And that one feels pretty good and clean. So I'm going to let that dry now for another couple days before I add resin to it, just to make sure it's fully dry. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the coaster and this rock. Okay, so I need to make sure and do the size of this one really well. This coaster is going to be resined before I take off the tape on the bottom. And I'm going to use UV resin on it. And I'm going to do that hopefully here in a minute to see if it fails or not. I want to see if you can UV resin on top of a pour that you've used silicone, but been cleaned, you know. This rock was not treated. It was not pre-painted, nothing. It was just bare rock that I dipped in to the runoff from the big rock. I love that. I think I think they're good. It's hard to tell if anything's left on there, but give it one more spritz since I'm doing this one now in a minute. I think we're good. Fingers crossed anyway, right? All right. Okay, so for the resin, I am going to lift these up. I'll be elevating them so the resin can drip off. Now, I usually resin straight on my mat, but it's old, and so it has lost some of the shine to it, so the resin sticks to it pretty much. So I'm using this is a clear placemat from the Dollar Tree. They work really well. They have a really shiny side and sort of a muted matte side. So if you use it on the shiny side, your stuff will just peel right off of it. But I'm still going to do it in an elevated level inside the big UV light. So let me show you. So this Beetles will just sit right over the top of it like that. Okay, gloves, mask on. All right, I'm using Mr. Resin. This is UV resin. Nope, not that one. Sorry. I don't see my... Oh well, here we go. You don't have to use a brush. I just started using a brush because sometimes the gloves fail, and I have such an allergy that I don't want it on my hands at all. So I try to not... Oh, that's going to show through. Oh well, it'll give it some texture. And it's only for me. So the next time I would sand down the surface of the Dollar Tree coaster first. I didn't prep it or nothing. So maybe pre-paint, gesso, sand it gesso, give it a pre-coat, something thick, maybe some speckle to get rid of that indentation from the writing that was on it. It's nice and glossy. Okay, I'm going to put that up here, and then I'm going to torch it to get any bubbles out. It always surprises me how many bubbles pop, even when it looks clear. Looks like there's something in it here. And it is self-leveling, but you want to give it a moment to do that, to self-level. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the light on it. I'm going to start with 120 seconds, 84 watt. This is a Beatles light, which I know right now as of April 5th, 2021, this is sold out on Amazon. So any equivalent, so far I've noticed 84 watt or higher, pretty much consistent. I think as far as light goes, you don't want to use these on nail foils. They're too much on rocks or canvas. You want to use that low 6 watt light on nail foils. Okay, when that is done curing, and that looks like it did a wonderful job. So we effectively cleaned the resin off the surface. Now I'm going to remove the tape on the back. And my X-Acto knife here. Be careful with your fingers. Oh no, it bled through a bit. I'll have to touch that up with some paint. That is totally okay with me. And use your knife so that it doesn't peel your paint. Be careful of the cork. And please be careful of your hands. Be careful not to remove your cork that's on the coaster. If you did end up damaging the cork, Dollar Tree sells sheets of cork for $1, and I buy that a lot, and I often cover the bottom of my rocks with the cork. So if I'm gifting it or I have a commission, they're nice and professional looking. Okay, so slowly peel it up so you don't damage the cork. I probably should have velveted the tape first, which is putting it on your jeans or a fuzzy piece of fabric first, sticking it down to that first, and then using it on your art. That way it doesn't pull anything up or tear paper or cork in this matter. Okay, nice clean edges. I need to touch that up. I think I'm going to actually paint it gold. So I'll show you my process here. I just grab my gold in a flat brush. Make sure there's hardly any paint and just pull straight out. Just like that, all the way around. It gives it a nice finish. Make sure you catch those edges there. Okay, make sure you see my little lid for my X-Acto knife. They usually come with some sort of cover. This is probably 25 years old. So I made a Post-it. Those are Post-its taped together. Yeah, I just wanted to protect myself. Anyways, make sure you protect yourself. Put your X-Acto knives and scissors and pokey things. Get that all put away so you don't injure yourself. So I just wanted to show you how nice of an edge this is. So this coaster is ready to gift. I'll probably just use it around here. Like I said, in the future, I would definitely spackle or base coat or something on these coasters to get rid of the paint or it seems like it was like pressed in there a bit, the writing on there. It says, "Life is beautiful still." So, you know what I should have done is I should have rewritten that in there. Oh, you know, I'll bet I still could. Do you want to experiment? Because you can write right on top of resin. Should I do it in black? Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Hang on. Okay, I wanted to test out this pen. This is a Pigma by Sakura. This is medium tip. And this is the L and the I. See here. Kind of hard to see the bee. Let's see. Sorry, I'm being so quiet. Concentrating. I think I got that off centered, but pretty sure. I don't know. Let me just see here. Okay, save, right? There, now you can't see it under the paint anymore. I like it. You guys like it? All right. So you can write right back on top of your resin. If you're going to resin it with regular resin, you will need to spray this with, I like to use Rust-Oleum 2X matte spray. First, let that dry and then re-resin. I'm just going to let this dry really well and then do another coat of UV resin. And that will hopefully not drip down here. I'll just do it to the edges so that it won't drip off the sides. Yeah, that'll need to dry for probably a few hours, maybe a day. So that was a good save, I think. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I hope that you were schooled on how to effectively remove silicone from your pores. That can be used on any art. So if you do it on canvas, definitely remove the silicone before you seal your work with resin, because the resin will you'll get big fish eyes, big bubbles in it. Everywhere there's silicone, it'll just move off of it. So anyways, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel and hit like and tell all your friends, and hit the bell if you want to be notified. When I'm uploading new content, YouTube will send you a notification. Thanks so much. I'll be seeing you soon.